Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday. It is time for weigh-in and also the weekly weight loss topic. Let's see what happened this week. Well, I honestly, you know how usually you can kind of tell what kind of week it's been, like, oh, I had a really good week. I'm trying to grab my, you had a really good week or it was a rough week. You can usually tell. No clue this week. No clue this week. I had a decent week. It was not perfect, but it was decent. And I just wasn't sure what to expect. Honestly, I was feeling a little puffy the last couple days, just like my rings. I just felt a little swollen. I was not sure what to expect. Well, I was pleasantly surprised this morning and I was down 0.2. I will take it because I am not going to lie to you. A few too many chocolate chip cookies found their way into my mouth. I found the ultimate chocolate chip cookie recipe. It is made with sourdough discard. I am the worst chocolate chip maker in the world. I have tried literally 25 different recipes and none of them are good. This one is absolute perfection. So I've been making them, tweaking a few things here and there, and I give the majority of them away, but some of them find their way in here. So, but now I'm kind of tired of them, so I have no desire to eat them now. I have to make a ton of them this week for the market and for Adam's cross-country team. I am so over them, I have no desire to even touch them. So that's a good thing. Oh, excuse me, my stomach and is rumbling. I'm very hungry this morning. But anyway, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I was down 0.2. I am thrilled with that. Would more be better? Of course it would. But guess what? A loss is a loss is a loss. So we have to take those small victories. It's a step forward, not a step backward. But anyway, oh, and if you can hear anything in the background, I got a late start this morning. These 8 o'clock baseball games are killing me. I got a late start. Bo came a little bit early, so he's here. So he is in the other room playing with trucks, and I actually put the TV on for him. We generally don't put the TV on, but I knew I needed to get this filmed, and he's happy. He's watching a train video. So let's get right to this topic so we can get this done and get this uploaded, and I can move on with my day. Bo and I have a lot of plans today, and most of them involve trucks. Okay, of course my iPad shut off. Okay, let's get started on this topic. So, how to build meals that keep you strong and energized. Well, you know right off the bat how I feel about keeping strong and energized, and it's by eating whole foods. That's my jam. That's always what I'm going to say. You know that. So, putting that out there right away. Let's see what they say here. Lifting weights isn't the only way to focus on strength. What you eat plays a role too. Map out your meals ahead to make sure you get the right mix of nutrients. Try this. Step 1. Outline your day or week of eating. Decide when and where you'll eat and how many points, calories, and macros you will use. Right there. Putting it right out there, right in the front of you. I know meal planning is not everyone's cup of tea. I know that. But if you watch my channel, you know every Friday I show you my meal plan. And that is how I plan my meals out. When I sit down, first thing I do is fill in dinners. Because dinner to me is kind of, that's when like Doug and I sit down to a meal together. And, you know, sometimes Andrew if he's home. That's kind of like our coming together time. So that is the most important meal to me. So I plan that first. And it's also the meal that's going to take us through the night, take us to the next morning. Like that's got to last us the longest. So I spend most of my points, calories, whatever at that meal. And I don't know, I love to end the day with just a delicious, comforting meal. So that's where most of mine goes. That's why I plan my dinners first. Then once I plan my dinners, I'm a little off center here. Once I plan my dinners, then I fill in the rest of the day. If I am having a really high calorie or point dinner, I will dial it back for breakfast and lunch. If I know we're going out to breakfast, or if I'm making something like, sausage gravy and biscuits, I will dial it back at dinner. We'll still have a great dinner, but it will be, something like chicken with a vegetable, things like that, not like a heavy potato or a heavy cream sauce with it. That's the beauty of orchestrating your day. You can switch things around to make it how you want it. We can all do that pretty easily. So plan that day. I know planning, people don't love to plan. People like to fly by the seat of their pants. But if you are on a health journey, if you are on a weight loss journey, I'm here to tell you, you have to do some sort of little planning. You have to. It can be minuscule, but you need a little bit of a plan. And then it says step 2, start with a protein base. For each meal, choose a low point, 0 point, or low calorie protein. I don't necessarily always do that. I always start with a protein and build around there, but it does not necessarily have to be, low whatever. Because if I want something like, Mississippi pot roast, which you use a chuck roast or a shoulder roast, that's one of your higher calorie, higher point meats. And that's okay. I will just adjust my day because there's not a scene in my life where I'm going to give up completely eating ribs or beef roast or things like that. There's not. I'm not going to not eat that forever and ever. Amen. I'm not. So I need to fit it in. So if you have that higher point protein, pair it with lower point sides. Make your breakfast and your lunch a little bit lighter. You can do this. It all comes down to the planning. That would be Bo. It all comes down to the planning, and nothing is off limits. Nothing is off limits. You just have to fit it in. So they want you to start with a protein. Proteins are the building blocks, my friends. They definitely are. Now, do we all need 200 grams of protein a day? No, we do not. Unless you are a bodybuilder or unless you've had weight loss surgery, nobody needs that much protein. And the best way to get protein, according to my nutritionist, is through food, not supplements. People that need to get that much protein have to take supplements because they could never eat that much food. But for the average Joe or Joan, you can get it from your food. And that is the best way to get your protein because that keeps you fuller longer. It gives you nutrients, dense nutrients that you need. So try to get it from your food. And by food, I mean your beans, your meats, your vegetables. I don't mean protein chips and protein cookies and protein cupcakes because basically that is junk food with a protein label slapped on it. It's fine once in a while for a treat if you like that stuff, but it's not an everyday thing. It's not the best way to get your protein. So save that, reserve that for a once in a while treat. Then it says to add veggies. Some veggies are higher in protein and nutrients than other veggies. Like broccoli is a great vegetable. It's got so much stuff in it. Whereas corn, not quite as many as like a nice green vegetable, but it's still a vegetable. I love corn. It's my favorite. So, once again, balance. If you try to choose vegetables that are high in calcium and vitamin D, it helps with absorption better. If you've ever noticed, like in the vitamin section of the store, a lot of times you can buy vitamin D with calcium or calcium with vitamin D. So many different things work well together and pair well, and that is one of them. It really helps with protein absorption. Plus, we all need calcium and vitamin D, especially us ladies. You know, our hormones just deplete our bones, and it never hurts to have some extra. And then it says step 3, finalize your plans. Think about sauces, dressings, any extras you want, and fit them in. You know I'm a sauce girl. Gotta have sauce. I am not going to a restaurant and saying, give me a piece of salmon dry. I know somebody that does. That's what they eat every single solitary time they go to a restaurant, a dry piece of salmon. I'm not doing that. Nope. If you can do it, great. Go for it. Or a dry piece of chicken. Nope. Not me. So I make it work and I fit stuff in. I know if I know we're going out for dinner, I will have a very low breakfast and very low lunch, and I will save all my points, calories, all that good stuff for that dinner. It comes down to what you want. It comes down to what your body needs and what you can fit in. So it says, one not so fun fact about weight loss. Along with fat, most people lose some lean mass. Not everything in your body's fat, and you can lose lean muscle mass. Too much, it's normal to lose some. Too much is not good because it will sap your energy, it will sap your nutrients, and it will slow your metabolism. So you need to choose foods that are going to replenish that. Your good whole foods, your protein-rich foods, your vitamin D-rich foods, your fruits and veggies, so much vitamin C and vitamin D and vitamin A in those. Quick Google search, my friends. And, Google search which fruits and veggies have the best vitamin whatever. Trust me, you'll get a whole list. So it says, focusing on that, does it mean you can forget about other nutrients? No, you can't. This is why we need to eat balanced. This is why we need to pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies. This is why we need to be able to pronounce the ingredients that are in our food. You need balance. You need balance. So it says, just be mindful to try to incorporate a good, healthy, balanced diet into all your meals. Meat and dairy are not the only things that are going to make that happen. You can tofu, lentils, grains. Now, I don't really care for tofu. I'll eat it if I have to. Lentils, no. Beans, no. You know that about me. So I look for other things. I know how nutritious beans are. I just can't eat them. So I look for other things that are going to give me that same nutrition that I will enjoy. Because life is too short to eat food that you do not enjoy. I see it so many times on so many Facebook groups, Weight Watcher groups, oh my God, I hate eggs, but they're 0 points, so I have 3 for breakfast every morning. I choke them down. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Why? Why are you eating them? Life is too short to eat something that you have to choke down it's going to make you vomit. Find something else to eat. Just because they're 0 points, you don't have to eat them. This is a lifetime commitment, my friends. You need to find out what works for you, and you need to move forward with that. It is also a lifetime commitment for your health, not just your weight loss. So be careful about the foods that you are choosing to eat. I would like to say everything in moderation, but I really don't believe that too much because everybody's moderation is different. Maybe you're fine with having 2 kinds of food every day that have high fructose corn syrup in it. And, that's fine for you, having that every day, twice a day or whatever. But it's not fine for somebody else. It's not fine for me. For me, having high fructose corn syrup, pecan pie at Thanksgiving, and caramel corn once a year. That's me. You have to decide what moderation is for you and what that means for you. And my friends, don't take my word for it. I am just a person on a journey like you. I do a lot of food research. I see a nutritionist. You have to do what's right for you. But research. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Sally's down the street's word for it. You know, don't take Rebecca's word on YouTube for it, or I'm just making all these names up. Research for yourself. You decide. Find different sources. Find different opinions and decide what's right for you. I know that's what I did. May not always be the popular opinion, but it's what's working for me and my family. So that's what you have to do. So it says 3 fast facts. Eating foods rich in protein, calcium, and vitamin D can help maintain muscle and bone strength while losing weight. And when you're looking for that protein, look for food with protein, not necessarily added protein. You know, your meats, your eggs, your beans, that kind of protein. That's going to keep you fuller longer, and it's going to be better for your overall nutrition. Foods that have added protein or putting protein powder in a shake, not really the same. Not horrible, but not the same. Eating the food rich in protein is going to keep you fuller longer and give you more nutrients than that. So try to get your protein from your food source. It says protein helps you stay fuller longer. It absolutely does, especially when it comes from food. And it says planning meals allows you to make more intentional choices and ensure you get the nutrients needed to keep your body strong. Absolutely. Plan them out. I know it's not fun. I know it's not. I mean, there are some people that like meal planning. I'm one of them. Just try, even if you just plan out 1 meal a day. Just give it a try and see what happens. Make the intentional choices. You know, like I said, if you have that high calorie dinner, dial it back for the rest of the day. If you have that high calorie, high point breakfast, dial it back for the rest of the day. If you know you need to have that chocolate chip cookie or that bowl of popcorn or whatever, like, because you're watching your favorite TV show, do it. Just plan for it ahead of time, because you don't want to do it if you don't have the points and calories for it. And when you're out of points and calories, kitchen and mouth are closed. Stop eating. And that will also teach you how to plan a little bit better. So that is it, my friends. I know this was a little bit all over the place, but you know, it happens sometimes. So I am thrilled with my 0.2 loss. And yeah, that's it. So try to plan a little bit. See what happens if you plan. You never know. It may just be the little spark you need to keep going and fuel your body and keep it nice and healthy. So give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Share if you know anybody that could use it. And that's that. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in my next video.